Guys. Have you guys ever heard of the term overanimation?
Maybe overanimation is a real thing, or perhaps it's just the lack of substantial directional intent.
The term overanimation has exploded recently, and what started as a niche critique from within the animation circles has now turned into a buzzword used on everything from stunning fight scenes to clips that took animators months to craft. But here's the problem: most people using the term don't really understand what the hell it means. Today, we're diving into where quote-unquote overanimation comes from, why it's controversial, and what animators, critics, and even directors actually think it means. Hey guys, and welcome back to another brand new video, and it has been 2 weeks since my very last video, and unfortunately I was sick for the last 2 weeks, so I wasn't able to record any videos. So here it is, coming back with something controversial. That doesn't sound good, but you'll understand me. So what are these with overanimation? Why are people making a video about it? Sinchi's making a video about it, probably Pretentious making a video about it, everyone is making a video about it because it's controversial and people want to talk about controversial stuff, and I am here, will be talking about the same thing because I love controversy. That doesn't sound good, but you understand me. So since most people don't really give you guys the proper context, let me just give you guys the storyline. It all started with one clip from the Chinese Tonghua Supercube. That one clip was animated by a 19 years old animator Nian 41, and it was beautiful, explosive, technically impressive, but to some it felt off. So here is what started everything. Enichiro Aoki, a respected animator, tweeted this in Japanese. "It's amazing animation, but somehow it doesn't grab me. I guess it's because the direction isn't quite there. When everything is shown at the same tempo and tension, there's no time to breathe or take it in. Also, stop using the same layouts and expression from that super animator. It's a waste." That super animator? Yes, Yutaka Nakamura, or Yutapon Sensei, who has greatly influenced Nian's 41 style. While it might sound harsh from the point of view of the other people that has Google translated whatever Aoki said, Lisbeth's tweet actually did say something about that, because the tweet pretty much sparked a backlash with many accusing Aoki of being dismissive, but here's where nuance is everything. Translator Lisbeth chimed in saying that auto translation completely flatten Aoki's tone, and Japanese is subtle and indirect. Words like "it's a shame" or "not great" sound harsher in English than what Aoki actually meant. Liv's Babs basically said auto translation doesn't carry over the softer tone, and what sounds passive aggressive in English wasn't his tone at all. So before you cancel someone over one tweet, maybe don't rely on Google Translate that much. But obviously there are already people saying, "I'm gonna go back at this tweet when OPM season 3 arrives." Like, bro, how can you be that stupid to use this as some kind of a bookmark if OPM actually turns out to be badly animated whatsoever? It's not even his fault. It's not even his job to make the anime look good because he's just one animator. But yeah, people are dumb nowadays, so but that is not the point here. Why is over animation is still mentioned in this particular topic? Why this clip? Why and why and why? This is where probably Pretentious comes in. He tweeted, "Maybe over animation is a real thing, or maybe it's just a lack of substantial directorial intent, far more likely obviously. Either way, this is very impressive from a 2D animation perspective and simultaneously so flat." He hits the nail on the head. Over animation isn't about how many frames you draw, it's about direction, pacing, and emotional rhythm. Flashiness without purpose becomes noise. And before people are dragging the context out of it, probably Pretentious is not talking about over animation is real. People are taking the word "maybe over animation is real" so seriously. He needed to make a clarification saying over animation in this particular topic is not even real. He's just being sarcastic about it. Like saying maybe ghosts are real. And Henry Thurlow, a Western animator working on One Piece, even cleared it up, saying overanimated is a phrase among animators referring to character acting with too many poses. Like when someone says hi but strikes 10 poses doing it, it does not refer to smooth animation or fantastic action scenes. So in case you guys still do not follow what I'm talking about, those copy pasta about over animating whatsoever are just copy pasta from what Probably Pretentious actually said, and what Probably Pretentious said is actually him being sarcastic. It's sarcasm. So yeah, it's insane how people actually fell for it, but I guess people sometimes takes things too seriously, so oopsie. But again though, his second point is very much valid because it's a critique in a way that it's pretty passive, and it's not something that is as stupid as saying quote-unquote over animation, because obviously he is being sarcastic about it, but sometimes people are taking it too seriously because people can't handle sarcasm, I guess. In fact, the term over animation or over animated has already existed way before this particular tweet is being made, and it usually goes around the One Piece episodes, because obviously Vincent Chansart has animated some of the most well animated scene in the series so far, and obviously there are some part of it that actually looks like, oh, it has a lot of frames, but why would we as an anime audience complain about it? Like, it doesn't really make sense when you are complaining about quote-unquote over animating. What does having too many animation in anime actually means? It's good animation. What most people is probably trying to achieve is saying that the direction of that particular sequence looks pretty off, which basically comes down to the word quote-unquote over animation, which again a lot of people misuse it on purpose. Which brings us to this tweet. Yeah, someone actually called this clip quote-unquote over animated, one of the most celebrated sequences from the latest One Piece episode, animated by Vincent Chansart himself, a beast in the industry. If you think this is over animated, then maybe your definition needs some work, or even your vocabulary. Someone actually asked Henry, don't you think the readability should be one of the main aspects to care for? And he actually replied, readability falls on the shoulders of the episode director. If something isn't as clear as they want, they have chances to make corrections. If something's unclear in the angles, it's on the director. So if a scene is hard to follow, that's not over animation, it's just poor direction. So in short, I would say the term over animation is just dumb. It shouldn't even exist. Sure, it might bring some meaning, there are some definition about it, but not in the way Twitter actually thinks. It's not having too many frames or flashy effects. It's about clarity, pacing, and the intent of doing the actual sequence itself. Great animation needs breathing room. If everything is just intense, then nothing stands out. That's why strong direction is just as important as strong animation. So the next time someone calls a gorgeous fight scenes quote-unquote over animated, ask them, is it really? Or did they just confuse visual density with poor direction, or they just don't have any eyes? Or worse, a rage bait. Don't reduce months of work to a buzzword. So yes, those are basically it. Over animation is just a dumb topic to talk about because a lot of people got the definition or even the word or the term like wrong. I mean, the fact that the copy pasta started because of a sarcastic statement by Probably Pretentious is just ironic. Like, people are actually taking seriously about a sarcasm and then made it such a big thing, and people are now using it as a brain rot even. Like, bro, I mean, like, sure, there are people out there that are rage baiting people talking about, oh, over animation, yada 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 yada. But it's just felt like, bro, you're embarrassing. Like, even the staff themselves needs to clarify these stuff, and it's just funny that you guys are trying to make over animation such a big deal. So I just don't understand why people keep falling for this sarcastic statement. Honestly, I'm not even blaming Probably Pretentious for making that tweet because I'm pretty sure he's trying to make some kind of a joke. Sometimes people are saying, oh, this is over animated, One Piece looks over animated, yada yada yada. So with this statement by him, people are just mad, I guess, because a lot of people are mad at his tweet. So it's just unfortunate that he has to face that part of the crowd, because I honestly think his tweet is pretty funny and at the same time it's valid. So yeah, over animation is not real, everyone. So please take that in mind. What's a great word is poor direction of the scene itself. But I'm not saying anything, okay? It's just me. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.